All right, got a unique one for all of you on this Easter weekend with the Texans. And before we jump into that, it's just honestly, we're talking about a rumor that came out that makes the Danielle Hunter signing even better. And we're going to talk a little bit about what makes the Houston Texans such an attractive place now for free agents to come and sign and be here with this team. We're going to give some proof on that and really just talk about where the team's headed. Before we get into that, couple things. This isn't our first channel. This all started with Sports Talk Detroit, and then we wanted to make a channel for NFL teams that the national media ignored. Texans were so much fun. They've been so much fun to cover. We've been doing it since before the season started because we thought that they had something special brewing there. And honestly, not a lot of people are talking about the Texans nationally, so we thought, why not? And we would love to be your go-to source for Texans content. And now you got the Nico Collins signed jersey. Like, we're all in, man. So anyways, this has been a lot of fun. But as I'm recording this, it's a Saturday. So if you're watching it Saturday, happy Easter weekend. If you're watching this on Sunday, he is risen. He is risen indeed. And so just such a wonderful weekend and to remember what he did for us. But I'm going to continue talking football now, and we're going to talk a little bit of Danielle Hunter. And here's the news that came out, and what makes it awesome is that it's from a rival. It's from a division foe. This is great. All right, Danielle Hunter turned down bigger contract from the Colts before the Texans deal, which means that he said to himself, the Houston Texans are a better place to play than the Indianapolis Colts. All right. Now, according to ESPN, Stephen Holder, the Colts earnestly chased the former Vikings pass rusher, even offering him more money than the Texans, which is 2-year, $49 million. All right, gave him, according to a team source. That perhaps shouldn't come as the biggest surprise. The Texans appear a bit further along in their rebuild after going 10-7 last year, winning the AFC South and beating the Browns in the postseason behind Offensive Rookie of the Year C.J. Stroud. It's about more than that, and we'll continue to talk about that. But first, let's talk about further along in the rebuild because it's always nice to hear. It was funny. C.J. Stroud, oh, man, this is somewhere around the national championship for college football, was on the Pat McAfee show. And basically, it was an interview of Stroud being awesome, by the way, and Pat McAfee just being angry because C.J. Stroud was playing against a team he had to play to, or playing for a team that his Indianapolis Colts had to play twice every year. He was not thrilled about that because he knows that Stroud is the truth. And he knows that this team is something to be messing with because if you add a quarterback, that's the truth, and then a defensive-minded coach, you can have something really impressive on your hands. But it's not just there. The team itself is putting out something really, really impressive. They get Joe Mixon in what is probably their most underrated move. They have a serviceable offensive line. They have solid weapons all on the outside, including Dalton Schultz at the tight end. On defense, they have a lockdown corner. They have the best edge rushing duo in the National Football League. I don't think it's close. I really don't. They have the best. And then you add Autry, who can get after the quarterback, Fadukasi, who's kind of a well-rounded defensive tackle. And then they signed Azeez El-Shair with the emergence of Harris last year. And then you know you're good in the back end. Like, that is a solid team. So solid to the point that I was like, I need to start looking up some power rankings, right? And it was a lot of the usual suspects when you look at the power rankings. ESPN put one out just 5 days ago. Chiefs followed by the Lions. I told you I have Sports Talk Detroit, so that makes me happy. That the Lions were 2. I probably should make a video on that channel, eh? All right, 49ers by 3, Ravens at 4. Like, none of these are surprising. Bills at 5. These are teams that either have superior rosters or quarterbacks. Dolphins at 6, Eagles 7, and then you have the Houston Texans sliding in at number 8. Look, they are a solid team, and you know that they're a solid team. And I think the Colts had a good year last year. They did. They didn't have a bad year, but again, they're unproven. They haven't shown that they can win yet, so they came in right middle of the road. And their under-the-radar move is a backup quarterback. So anyways, not anything that's too insane, if you ask me. I just thought that this was kind of a cool thing. And then you look at it and you look at Will Anderson's reaction. We've talked about this here. Hunter will pair with ascending young pass rusher Will Anderson Jr., who had 7 sacks last year, to give the Texans a nasty 1-2 punch off the edge. Anderson said that he was jumping up and down because he was so excited. He said now teams have to choose who they are going to double team. He's a great guy. He loves football, man. I can't wait to go out there and wreak havoc with him. This team has completely created something that is beautiful off the edge. Just absolutely beautiful. And Autry and Fatukasi will be able to push that pile enough on the inside that they are looking really, really good there. Now, the one area that they're not looking beautiful is opposite corner of Stingley. And so they actually, I just figured I'd throw this to you at the end here because why not? We have time to talk. Let's just keep talking. Texans are named as best landing spot for free agent Adori Jackson. You may remember Adori Jackson. He is out of USC and honestly has just been hurt a lot. And he's been hurt a lot. Now, he's going to be a little bit more expensive. I'm not sure that he's already better than what they already have opposite side. But here's the truth. Houston, and this says it best, Houston needs another starting cornerback to play alongside Derek Stingley Jr. And unless the team decides to re-sign 2023 starter Steven Nelson, the Texans will be forced to either sign someone, draft someone, or start Jeff Okudah or CJ Henderson. And that is not something that gives you a ton of confidence. I think Adori Jackson has shown that he has the ability to play corner at a fairly high level. The problem is he's always hurt. In 2022, when you look at his numbers, he played really well. Like he was a starting caliber corner, as he should be, as he was drafted in the first round, like I said, out of USC. He was absolutely starting caliber corner in 2022. But in 2023, his game took a nosedive. And the question you have to ask yourself is it because he was playing for the dumpster fire known as the New York Football Giants? Or have injuries finally started to take a toll and he just simply doesn't have what he used to have? It might be worth finding out, but I kind of like where they've already gone with getting 2 younger first-round picks in CJ Henderson and Jeff Okudah. Like, maybe those guys don't make it. Maybe you do need to bring back Nelson for another year if he hasn't signed elsewhere. I don't know, but I like what they already have in the younger guys who it's like, no, let's still see if they can show it, because then you can have someone for longer than Adori Jackson, who is older and often injured. All right. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching. Happy Easter. Like, subscribe. See you on the next one.